All right, guys, welcome to today's match prediction. Today we'll be looking at the FA Cup fixtures and also the La Liga fixtures for this week. So the first one we have is Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona tomorrow. Then we have Mallorca against Real Madrid for that fixture. So we'll move straight to the other fixtures for the FA Cup. We have Chelsea against Port Vale, which will be happening tomorrow. Then also tomorrow we have Man City against Liverpool. Then lastly we have Southampton versus Arsenal. So we'll be doing the prediction for these fixtures. We'll be doing that together, and also we'll give our own match prediction for these fixtures. So let's kickstart and see. First we start with the La Liga. We'll start with the La Liga fixtures, and the first one is Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona happening tomorrow. So we have Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona match prediction. For the La Liga match on 4th of April 2026, Barcelona are the favorite to win with a predicted scoreline of 1-2 because Barcelona will be playing away on our side. So while Atletico Madrid have a formidable home record, Barcelona's superior league form and recent head-to-head dominance make them the more likely victory in this top 4 clash. So the analysis we have with recent form, Barcelona are the most informed team in La Liga, sitting first with 73 points and coming off a 5-match winning streak. Atletico Madrid are in 4th place with 57 points and have struggled recently, suffering consecutive 3-2 defeats against Real Madrid and Tottenham. So in terms of home versus away, Atletico have a stellar home record at the Riyadh Air Metropolitano with 13 wins and only 1 loss this season. However, Barcelona have won 4 of their last 5 trips to this venue. So then in terms of the head-to-head, the two sides have met 3 times already this season. Barcelona won 3-1 in the league and 3-0 in the Copa del Rey second leg, while Atletico secured a massive 4-0 win in the first leg of that cup tie. So we also have one of the most important key player availabilities on the side of the key absentees or absences. Atletico Madrid have Marcos Llorente and Johnny Cardozo suspended. It's going to be a significant loss in midfield energy and defensive cover. So Atletico Madrid also absentees again. Alexander Scholot is a doubt due to injury. The top scorer may be sidelined. Julian Alvarez will lead the attack. Then on the side of Barcelona, Rafinha injured for 5 weeks. That will be a problem. Then a major blow to wing. Fermin Lopez and Gavi could replace him. Then on the side of Barcelona also there's Frankie de Jong and Ulis Kounde returning. So both are back in training and could feature in this game. So as we know, this game is actually a very interesting one. So anytime goal scorers Robert Lewandowski, Barcelona, he has 4 goal involvement in his last 2 visits to this stadium. So we'll see how this one goes. We will see how it goes, but the game is actually going to be a narrow one, very narrow one, but Barcelona are actually favored despite they will be playing away. Barcelona will be actually favored because I don't see that force as it used to be previously on the side of Atletico Madrid, but we know what Barcelona can bring forth, following the fact that they are topping the league is a very, very, very important and huge um, advantage towards them in this fixture. So, so that is what we think for this fixture. Barcelona will win uh, on this one with a narrow 2-1 win. So the next one we have here will be for Real Madrid fixture. We're looking at Mallorca versus Real Madrid match prediction. That is for this fixture, Mallorca versus Real Madrid. So we'll see what this one gives in this fixture. So on this one, Real Madrid next match is away against Mallorca in Laliga on Saturday, 4th April 2026, followed by a massive Champions League quarter-final first leg against Bayern Munich. So yeah, so we'll see what this one gives in this fixture. Real Madrid enters this straight in strong form, having won their last 3 matches across all competitions. So, looking at the recent results, on the 22nd of March, they won 3-2 versus Atletico Madrid. 17th of March, they won 2-1 against Man City. 14th of March, they won 4-1 against Elche. So, as it stands, the team status and news, Real Madrid currently sits second in La Liga standing with 69 points, trailing leaders Barcelona by 4 points. So yeah, so there is also injury report about Courtois muscle tear and Dani Ceballos calf injury. So I expected to back later in April. So Rodrigo is out long term with a cruciate ligament injury. Then Eder Militao is expected to return to the squad for the upcoming matches after recovering from a minor injury. So yeah, so in terms of Champions League, after eliminating Manchester City 5-1 on aggregate, Madrid will face Bayern Munich for a spot in the semi-finals. So we're looking at Madrid to win this one. It may not be that fantastic, but a scoreline for Madrid, 2-0 scoreline. That's what we see this feature to be, despite they're playing away. Mallorca also we know playing from home, and we know the energy they can bring and try to stop Real Madrid to grab this one. So yeah, we will see how this one goes. Despite that Madrid have also picked form. They've actually picked form, especially players coming back from injuries that were absent. And even before then they came back, they started playing well, despite the absence of Mbappe and all. So, but we believe that with or without even those key players, they can still pull out a win on this one. So now we move to the FA Cup, where we'll be talking about the English Premier League teams. Yeah, so we are looking at this fixture for FA Cup. Southampton versus Arsenal match prediction. Arsenal are tipped on this one. Yeah, Arsenal are tipped on this one. But as we know, Um, Arsenal are heavily favourite anyway, so to defeat Southampton in their FA Cup quarter-final on Saturday, 4th April 2026. So while the Gunners have a significant advantage in quality, Southampton enter the match in superb form, boasting a 4-game unbeaten run and having already knocked out Premier League opposition in earlier rounds. So yeah, so we're looking at Arsenal winning this one, you know, but there's still a possibility that Southampton can actually win. Yeah, there's still a possibility that Southampton can actually win on this one. Arsenal are tip possible to do something, but on our side on this channel, we're looking at Southampton actually taking it, despite major predictions supports Arsenal to win. But we're looking at a narrow 2-1 win for Southampton or 3-1 win. You understand? It's a balanced game, right? So the same scoreline can still go with Arsenal winning 2-1 or Arsenal win 3-1. So it all boils down to the confidence of the team because of previous fixtures. So now Arsenal squad rotation with Mikel Arteta may rest key players like Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka and Martin Zubimendi ahead of their Champions League clash against Sporting CP next week. So Southampton have that momentum. The Saints have won 9 of their last 12 championship game. And are finally in the promotion race, which may cause them to split focus between the cup and the league. Yeah, there's also injury absentees in this game. Arsenal, Eberechi Eze, calf injury, Mikel Merino, foot, they are out. Martin Odegaard and Julian Timber are nearing returns and may feature. Then Southampton Flynn Dones and Kurayu Masuki are suspended. Then Jack Stephens is a doubt, and Leo Saenza groin injury may also miss out. So in terms of head-to-head, Arsenal have dominated recent meetings within their last 2 encounters in 2024 to 2025 Premier League season. Yeah, for this fixture. So on 25th of May 2025 Premier League, Southampton lost 2-1 against Arsenal. On the 5th of October 2024 Premier League game, Arsenal won 3-1. 21st April 2023 Premier League, Arsenal drew 3-3. So that is what we have for this feature, and it goes on and on. So let's quickly move to the next one without taking much time, which is our great features for this week. We're looking at Man City versus Liverpool match prediction. Manchester City and Liverpool are scheduled to face off in a massive FA Cup quarter-final at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday, 4th April 2026. So City enters this clash with a significant momentum, having already secured the League Cup, which is Carabao Cup title recently. They have dominated this season, head-to-head encounters, completing a Premier League double over the Reds. Yeah, so on November 2025 Premier League, Man City won 3-0. On 8th February 2026 Premier League, Liverpool lost 2-1 against Man City. So Alan scoring a late stoppage time penalty on that one. Yeah. So in terms of current league standing as of 3rd April 2026, the two sides are currently separated by 12 points in the Premier League table. Yeah. So the key match details and team news we have. The match is actually going to take place in Etihad Stadium. That means Manchester City are playing at home. Manager Pep Guardiola may rotate his squad. James Trafford is expected to start in goal, while John Stones and Jeremy Doku are likely starters. Yeah, then Liverpool, several players are doubtful, including goalkeeper Alisson Becker and Jeremy Frimpong. Mohamed Salah, who has a prolific record against City, remains their primary attacking threat. So that is what we have for this fixture. Manchester City actually tipped on this one to win this one. So we're looking at a narrow 2-1 win or 2-0 win for Manchester City. That's what our feature is for this, because it's actually going to be a very serious boost, a big boost. There's possibility of two teams scoring in this fixture, but the Carabao Cup will actually lift the spirit and the mentality of the Manchester City team. And you know what Pep Guardiola can bring in. He's a very great tactician. In as much as we know that Liverpool is actually a team that are known to always beat a big team. They always pull a surprise, you know. But playing away to Manchester City against a great tactician with a previous trophy, it will actually be a mind-blowing if they turn it around. But we are looking at Manchester City to take this one at the end of the day, in as much as they are not really like the way we used to know them. They are not really playing but as it stands now, the coach is actually the one playing the game. Pep Guardiola is actually the one playing the game for Manchester City. The situation they find themselves with injury, another coach might struggle to do what the things he have achieved so far. So we'll move to the next one. The next one is Chelsea versus Port Vale match prediction.
Chelsea will play Port Vale tomorrow at 6:15 p.m.
So yeah, this fixture, Chelsea are overwhelming favourite to defeat Port Vale in the FA Cup quarter-final at Stamford Bridge on Saturday, so 4th of April 2026. Despite a recent dip in form, including 4 consecutive losses, the Blues' superior squad depth against the League One basement dwellers is expected to see them through comfortably. So the match prediction for this game, we're looking at possible win for Chelsea with a 3-0 win or 4-1 win in favor of Chelsea. Yeah. So Chelsea have a 91 to 95% chance to progress in this fixture. So the team news and lineup: Chelsea's manager Liam Rosenior is expected to rotate his squad, though the FA Cup is now the club's only realistic chance of silverware. Very, very interesting one. Chelsea, I need to do anything I need to do to win this one. This is the only hope we wanna get. I'm telling you, it's actually getting so frustrating and very derailing. Yeah. So in terms of team and also status, key player info, players that are out for Chelsea: Reece James, Trevor, Chalobah, Levy, Colwill, Philip Jorgensen, Mykhailo Mudryk suspended. Then the doubtful ones are Enzo Fernandez dropped for disciplinary reasons, Jamie Gittins also. Yeah, then there's no need for those predictions. In terms of Port Vale, players that are out: Jaden Stockley, Ben Enegan, George Bias. Then players to watch: Ben Wayne, who has scored the winner in the previous 2 FA Cup rounds. Yeah, so in terms of head-to-head record, this is the first meeting between the sides since 1929. Historically, Chelsea have 7 wins to Port Vale's 3 in 14 matches. Yeah. So in terms of cup specialists, Port Vale have reached the quarter-final by winning 4 consecutive FA Cup matches by a 1-0 scoreline. The goal threat for this fixture, Chelsea forward Pedro Neto has 4 goals in the 3 FA Cup appearances this season. So in terms of current form, Chelsea have lost 5 of their last 7 matches in all competitions, while Port Vale are bottom of League 1 and 14 points from safety. So yeah, that's what we have for this fixtures. Chelsea have to win. Yeah, they have to win, but they need to prove a point in this one. They need to. We don't want the story of what is it called, Greenfield or Greenville or whatever. This is more like that fixture. So Chelsea have to win in this one. All right, that's what we have for this fixture. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.